What is the secret to the feeling? If you're watching this video right now, you're most likely aware of Neville Goddard, and his big thing was the feeling is the secret. Now, that sounds great. However, if you've been trying really hard, trying different techniques, trying more and more effort, and in the end you get the exact same thing, which is basically not experiencing, be that relationship, that amount of money, that new job, whatever it is, you want to tap into the feeling, but it's not really clear on some of the ins and outs of real life how to actually do it. Well, good news, you're in the right place. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to help you to see how you can start utilizing this power in your life, potentially where you've been going wrong, and how to utilize and leverage that effort to get what you want to experience. Hey guys, my name is Abby, and I help you to consciously create your life through practical spirituality. And if you're watching this video, you might be a little bit frustrated. So again, let's take a deep breath. We're going to do this together. I'm going to help you to understand what exactly is going on and get into that power of the feeling. Before I get into it, I want to let you know if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I am still offering donation-based payment system to work with me. What does that mean? That means there is a $30 minimum payment. After that, you want to donate more? Great. If you don't, and that's all you got right now, perfect. Either way, we are going to work together one-on-one on either a video or an audio call on Skype. We'll break down exactly what's happening in your life, start to see the patterns so you can recognize it and unwind from it and start to manifest that which you want. So if you're interested in that, if that resonates, go ahead and go to that link below. It's going to take you to the calendar and give you all the information that you need. So let's get back to that video. Feels like now a video is not complete without my whiteboard. And look at this. It is right around the corner from Christmas. So I decided to go green. Let's see what green's spunky today. So let's talk about it. This idea that the feeling is the secret. What is the secret to the feeling? How do you do the thing, right? The magical thing. Well, it's really simple. However, it gets a little complex. Why? Because we're human beings. Sometimes we got blind spots. Sometimes we don't quite understand what we're deeply feeling because why? Consciously, we're going to use this. This is your conscious brain. We're going to do a little thought bubble here too. Oops, it's not a cash money. It represents 5% basically of your whole being right now, your conscious brain, what you're actually thinking right now. Now, it's also important to understand that your conscious brain, your subconscious is taking in between 40 to 50 million bits of information. So all those bits of information, only 5% is in your conscious awareness, okay? So that's a lot of intel. That's a lot of information. So you only have access to 5%. So what the hell is happening with the other millions of bits of information? Well, funny you should ask, because we're going to talk about it. Basically, we're going to talk about the subconscious right now. So outside of your conscious awareness is the subconscious. What it is that you are manifesting is from your subconscious. That's why you might be experiencing, you might be doing a lot of affirmations. You might be doing a lot of visualizations. You might be trying so hard, and it could be really frustrating because you're not getting what you want. That can be heartbreaking. That can be so, again, frustrating and makes you want to give up. However, before you do, I want you to understand this thing, that you're trying to manifest from the 5%. As much as you try and as good and hard as your effort is, as much as you are putting out that effort, it's not as powerful as the 95% your subconscious mind. So this is basically what's happening right now. You could be trying with your 5% to feel it, and you might be feeling it via your thoughts. Now think about that statement. You're trying to feel with your thoughts. Clearly that's not possible. You can think thoughts with your 5% of your brain, but what you're feeling from is your subconscious. Your body is your subconscious. So 95% of your life, if you're over 35, is run by your subconscious. So the reason that you might be having an issue and might be wondering what is the secret to the feeling is because the feelings are being run by this 95% of your subconscious. We're going to get into where the hell they come from and how you can change them, which you can. So realize that. You just got to understand a little bit more of the mechanics of what's going on. The more you understand where you are, the more you'll understand what you need to apply, what tools in your tool bag that you've been learning and that you've gotten you this far. Wonderful. Everything you've gone through is important to get you to now, and they're going to help you get even further. So maybe right now you got a great set of friends, right? This green is going to represent this person right here. So they've got the little friends, but they have beliefs about not having money, and they have a lot of abandonment issues, that relationships may be equal betrayal or control, manipulation, that sort of thing. So if you have had a past of that, it's in your unconscious mind, basically your program. So 95% of you, your feelings inside your body, they're going to basically be lining up with this. And then you have your friendship, so that's okay. You'll never be able to manifest that which does not feel safe. So if it's outside of your experience right now, even though you want it, it's going to feel uncomfortable. So as you move closer to it, you have a psycho-cybernetic mechanism, basically an inner thermostat that goes with your image or your identity. And when you start getting outside of that, you might have sabotaging behavior. So when you're trying to feel, and mostly that's happening most right now with your head, you're not quite feeling it in your body. And maybe you tap into it here and there, but your body doesn't want that. Your body wants to stay where it's comfortable, which is in the known, which is in the past. Your body wants to stay in what it's already done because it knows that it's safe. So if you're having these experiences where you're consciously trying to manifest amount of money, a job, a home, whatever it be, financial abundance, or love, or both, whatever the case for you specifically, if you're thinking, you can think as long as you want. You can try to feel and think about what those feelings would be. But if unconsciously you are feeling these things, you believe it to be true that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you are going to be abandoned, and you have a lot of jealousy. Whatever it is, this is running the show, okay? Whatever is in here. So really, that's the first part of the secret to feeling, is start to understand, what are you manifesting? It's pretty easy to see right now what you're manifesting, right? If you're watching this video, you probably have at least one, maybe two situations in your life. Again, love, money, whatever it be. You have a category of suffering, of something that you don't want to experience. That's where you can start tapping into, what are my unconscious beliefs? What must I believe outside of my awareness? Even though consciously I might understand, okay, conceptually, yeah, I do deserve better. But why do I keep getting this type of person? Well, you've got to look at what were your early on dynamics. That is a huge component to this. The things that are outside, outside your awareness, that are in your blind spot. The more you can start, okay, what was my first experience with relationships, right? Your early on caregivers. Maybe it was an absence of a relationship, right? What did I see my caregiver go through? What did they say about the other person? How were they treated? All of your early on environment is important to start asking, when it comes to money, when it comes to love, when it comes to any sort of idea of abundance, where you get what you want, where you have an ability, an agency to take action and then receive that what you're going for. If you have repetitions of people saying, nah, you'll never get what you want, that's not how the world works. Money doesn't grow on trees. Okay, yeah, sure, that's an opinion. However, if you took that to be a limitation about who you are and what you're capable of, you feel powerless. So anytime right now in your life where you feel completely powerless, well, we know already, boom, childhood dynamic. Why? Because in your childhood is the only time you're truly powerless. Now, I know you could feel powerless right now. I hear you. I have been in multiple situations, not the same as yours exactly, but in my own way of feeling absolutely powerless to get what I was wanting to get, to have this life that was inside of me that wanted to be expressed, but I felt like there was nothing I could do to get there. The more I uncovered, oh, I feel powerless. Oh, when I was a kid, I didn't feel like I had any agency to get what I wanted. Why? Because I was a child. And really, survival meant staying and being accepted by my primary tribe. That is what we're all programmed to do, to have those caregivers, to be accepted. And a lot of times that means leaving yourself. leaving your wants and needs, learning how to attune, how to mirror other people and them not doing it to you. So you start to learn to abandon yourself. And at the base of it all, you could think those things. So what are you going to manifest from? Oh, in order for me to have what I want, I have to abandon myself. Well, if the start of a relationship is self-abandonment, it does not and cannot end in connection. Not because you and that person are not compatible, but because you leave you, no one's there to actually receive the love you're looking for. And that's literally the thing you're trying to do, right? You self-abandon in hopes the other person won't do it, but you do it. Maybe it's about amount of money and you don't see yourself as worthy. That is another form of self-abandonment, self-neglect. So the more you start to see, okay, what could it be? What are these dynamics? What do I really believe about myself? What was I told when I was growing up? The reason that's so crucial is because what is in here didn't just happen. You basically were taking notes as a kid. All right, from the last trimester of your biological mother to 7 years old, you're basically taking notes. How am I supposed to human? Okay, alrighty. Even if it was highly toxic and dysfunctional, you're taking notes on how to be a human. What you want to do, though, is go back and check your notes, specifically if you have a relational wound, or that wound also, too, with money, or what you're capable of in the world. If it came early on, it is going to be expressing as you go closer and try to manifest these things, it's going to push harder back. Not because you don't deserve it, not because the universe is out to get you, but because of that psycho-cybernetic mechanism. As you start to see what the resistance is, see what story or meaning you gave from an experience where you're 4 or 5 years old. Say, oh shit, I was a little kid. That's actually not what that meant. That caregiver did not have the emotional capacity to be there. So the secret to feeling it is starting to understand the resistance of what is in your way. When that feeling is natural inside of you and you can start to create space by removing and letting go of the old identity, the old meanings. Again, what was successful to me was going back and re-reasoning on these things. Oh, I don't deserve love. Oh, well, why is that? Oh, well, when I was little, blank, 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 right? All these things happen. Oh, I can never have the amount of money that I want. Oh, well, why is that? Going back and something will come up. I guarantee you will be surprised how much your subconscious will let come up when you start to ask it. Why is it that I believe I'm not worthy? Maybe you sit there and do some breath work. Maybe you go into meditation and ask yourself these questions. You have the answers. What is standing in the way? What is the big secret? Is letting go of your current idea about why you can't have it. That is this, you creating the space so that you can start feeling it naturally. You shouldn't have to force it down there or even gaslight yourself that things didn't happen. It's not about the things that happen. It's about the meaning that you gave yourself. It's about shame, guilt, whatever it is that you've told to mean about you from going through those things, the way people treated you. As you start to tap into that feeling now, because there is nothing separating you other than the permission for you to feel it. And oftentimes those stories stand in the way of you feeling it right now. So the secret to feeling it is a letting go of whatever it is right now that stands in your way. And again, that comes from re-reasoning on old beliefs that are basically in your subconscious. You are feeling it now. The more you can say, okay, what must I believe about myself to keep attracting or seeing this experience in my life? The more you start to use your imagination, feel, let go of these things and start to feel that space created of worth. You've always been worthy. P.S. as a public service announcement. You've always been worthy. You were meant to be told that it's who you are that is good enough and that is worthy, not what you do. What you do is only valuable because of who you are. And anything else that's been told to you by anyone else is too small for you. And you can choose to let that go and grow into your optimum, into your highest power. You deserve it and you are worth it. So the secret to tapping into that power is letting go of this, starting to ask, what is here? Why is it there? That will allow you to be free and open yourself up to that experience, that feeling that you want. As it starts radiating in your body naturally, it will start inspiring new thoughts. Those thoughts will continue to create new feelings. That will essentially create an entirely new you, new way of being, your thoughts and your feelings, which in Dr. Joe Dispenza's work is a whole new electric magnetic signature. That's going to send it out. It's going to basically be a new order form from the universe, and you will have that new experience. You're going to collapse that potential wave into a particle and start to be aware and perceive of what is already in your life right now. You are worth it. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like below. If you haven't done so already, join the community, hit the subscribe. And if you really like this video, I picked this one for those who did. I know you're gonna find even more value from it. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.